What's up, guys? So there's this really cool thunderstorm happening outside. So if you hear any thunder strikes, or if the light behind me suddenly goes off, don't freak out. It's just a blackout from a thunderstorm. But today I'm going to be doing sort of a how best to describe it. I'm sort of like keeping myself in check on my resolutions, since I feel like I'm doing pretty well on them. I want to make sure that I'm like still hitting the mark every time. So if you have seen it, or if you remember, in January I made a video where I sort of laid out the 5 resolutions I have for this year, and so in this video I'm going to sort of go back over them and sort of give sort of like an update sort of thing on how I'm doing on my resolutions. And I'm hoping that this will inspire you guys to sort of check in with yourself on how you're doing with your resolutions, and that way together we will make 2019 our bitch, basically. So let's jump straight into this video. Alright, so just to sort of go back over what my resolutions were, I think I'd done a tarot reading, was the video before that, and I'd sort of like gone through like the 4 sort of points on it from that tarot reading, and one of them sort of represented 2 concepts. So those concepts were like romance and relationships. We had career, health, happiness, and finances. So I'm going to go back over those 5 and sort of give an update on those. I think the most obvious one of sort of how well it's going, I guess, is obviously like the first one, romance and relationships, because of my Valentine's video. Kind of explains how well I'm going with that. And yeah, I could gush about her all day, but I have obviously other resolutions to get onto, so I will simply just refer you to that video as to how well that particular resolution is going. So the next one is career. I have not yet applied for the cameraman position with the news company. It's because of my seizure at the end of January. I'm unable to drive myself anywhere, and so therefore getting another job that's, you know, more out of the way than my current job already is not really a wise move at the moment, and I can't drive for another 6 months, so it's going to be about halfway through the year until I can sort of start looking at that. So I might as well sort of just grin and bear it at the moment and continue doing the job that I have, and continue earning money that way, because at least that way I know I'm going to be making an income, and can therefore sort of stick to my finances resolution. But come the end of the year, I'm going to obviously start applying when like the Christmas jobs and stuff come up, and just pray that gets me a new job for next year. And until that time, I'm going to be changing my availabilities so that I can no longer do overnights, because that one's now sort of merged into a new resolution of I want to help set up a proper sleep pattern so that I'm sleeping during the night and not like falling asleep at 4:30 like I did last night. Yeah, and the reason I didn't upload yesterday as well is part of that. Like, I needed some headspace. These 4 walls were starting to look yeah, they started to look the same and doing my head in, like starting to affect my mental health. So I was like, no, I need to get out of the house. And the friend I was staying with is the friend that's coming to the comedy show with me. So I was able to sort of go to their place, talk about that stuff, sort of have, you know, a bit of a change, go to the holiday, they say, and now I'm sort of feeling a little bit better up in my own head. And I've got a app on my phone that's helping me sort of keep some, just like some small things that were sort of keeping my, like sort of perpetuating my depression. One of which is, I will show you, my room looks neat as at the moment. I haven't packed away my clothes as of yet, but otherwise my room is like nice and neat and tidy, and I couldn't be happier with it, to be honest. And that's just one of the things that this new app that I got is helping me with. Really good. Moving on, obviously I've sort of started going into the health and happiness one, so I might as well continue with that. My gym membership that I paid for and have, and now cannot really use because there's no, like, it's an Anytime Fitness membership, but there's no gym of any kind here in like the little town that I'm in. I'd have to go into Tari, which is an hour by bike, like by push bike, in order to use the gym. And if I'm already going all that way and then have to turn around and come all the way back, so it's a 2-hour bike ride effectively down like a major road, like a sort of like a highway sort of thing, I might as well just go in and do some of the more like social things that I want to do, like going in and paying off pre-orders and stuff on video games, and like that sort of thing. So I did go to the gym today because the friend I'm staying with last night also goes to that gym, so I did go this morning, but having not ever gone into a gym before, didn't really know what I was doing, and I wasn't able to be like, hey, can I get like my free personal training session today, because they were like really full and booked up and stuff. So it's now a case of I have to preempt when I'm going the next time, call them up or message them a few days in advance, book something in so that when I'm there I can go and be like, I'm here for this. But otherwise, the Kino Body program that I've paid for, I'm sticking really well to like the diet for that. And again, my app helps me with that. Reminds me when, you know, that I need to eat a meal and whatever, because that's one thing that I found is part of my depression, is I get days which just like I don't feel like eating like at all, and so I'll just fast the entire day, and then it gets to like this time of night and I just sit down and I'm just binging on food that really isn't that good for me. So yeah, sticking pretty well to that. Not as well as I would have hoped from at the beginning of the year, but I'm doing pretty well with it. And then as for finances, obviously my seizure set me back quite a bit, because I then had to pay for, I didn't have to pay for the hospital because I had hospital cover on my health insurance, but I've had to pay for my what they do, they did an MRI at the hospital, so I had to pay for my EEG, my my CT scan, a doctor's appointment to get referred to a neurologist, and then the neurologist. And even with like getting money back from like Medicare and stuff, it still cost me a fair bit, and obviously that put me way off where I was at. So now I'm like about 4 weeks behind where I should be, considering that we're now in the middle to end of February. I only have like $200 where I should be at like 600 or 700 in order to keep up with that. So but I'm not like super worried, because when tax time comes around, pretty much all of that's going into my savings. So that should bring me back up at least to where I should be, if not put me in like a couple of weeks in advance sort of thing. So I'm not super worried at the moment. But if it gets to this time next month and I'm still that far behind, that's when I'm going to start getting a little bit concerned that I'm spending too much and not saving enough. But otherwise, I think I'm doing fairly well. And that's about it. So I'm on top of some of them. I'm not so on top of others. But all in all, I feel I'm doing fairly well for the moment. So yeah, and I hope you guys are keeping up with your resolutions as well, and that this year you have just the best time. Yeah, until next time, guys. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked that, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and share it with your friends as well. And if you want to see more content in between uploads, you can follow my Instagram at Ace of the Arts or my Tumblr at Stories Around a Campfire. And I will see you in the next video.